Hey everybody, we are back for hour 2 of Roleplay Blades. We are gonna run through some downtime real quick and maybe talk about targets and that kind of stuff. Zeke, did you want to talk about your vice now, or do you want to hold off on
that? Let me think about it real quick, because I just
we can wait. That's fine.
It's just like everybody else has such obvious vices, like obvious downsides. I'm just trying to think of like another vice that would fit my character. Like, he's not a drinker. He's not like out looking for like sex all the time.
Right.
One of my biggest, like, this might help you. One of my biggest weaknesses as a person is I don't have any weaknesses. You know what I mean? So it's like really hard for me to relate to the average person.
Right. I understand that.
That's so far down. You know what I mean?
What would you consider a vice then?
Well, what about this, Zeke? What about if your like obsession with art leads you so far into like last time you stole like a cello, right?
Yeah.
So what if it's like stealing art becomes the vice? Like you got a thrill off of the cello thing, and like now like
can it just be
like
thievery?
A thief?
Can it just be like thievery of different relics and art and that kind of shit? Like, can I be like like a badass Laura Croft, like on the wrong side of the law?
Be like the Red Dragon, bro.
I guess I'm trying to, like, what's the bad part of it? Like, if you overindulge, I guess, I mean, like, you get, I don't know, captured by the police or something. Or you fall in with like, you steal from the wrong person or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think, like, usually overindulgence is like extra heat or entanglements. So those could play into theft, I think, if you want that to kind of be the thing. I'm honestly, I'm fine with your current vice. I don't think it's particularly problematic, but if you do, then we should change it. But you know, I just want to throw that out.
Well, it's not that I think it's problematic. What's problematic is, like, every time I indulge it, you question, like, and I'm like, rightly so. You don't have to question everybody else's, but you question me, like, so what would be the negative of this happening, of you doing this? It just seems like, you know, enjoyable. Like, right. Of course, drugs and killing and gambling have obvious downsides.
Right.
It's just I don't know if I care to answer that anymore about my dumb thing.
I got
I think that was more true, though, until you did this latest one where you felt so compelled that you needed to steal that. Then it was very obvious what your downside was, right?
Right, yeah. I
think more things along those lines.
Yeah.
If you wanted to keep it the same, which your character's kind of built around, so
yeah,
I would encourage you to try.
Right. It's up to you. I could do my downtime if you want.
Yep. Yeah, sure.
We don't have very much heat, so I'm not going to do that. I also only have 1 stress right now, so I'm not going to do that either. But I am going to train as one of my things. And then where did my downtime reference go? There it is. Okay. I might just train twice.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think I'm just going to do that. I can't think of anything else right now, so I'll just do that for this time.
Where do you go to like, what are you training? Resolve, I assume, and something else?
Oh, well, I'm trying to decide because I could get that 4th dot in a tune right now if I wanted to.
That's pretty cool.
Or I could do, I mean, I don't have a dot in command, and I only have 1 in consort and sway. So I wonder if I should like try and spread it out a bit more, or if I should just go for the 4 in a tune, which I kind of want to do.
The choices.
Yeah.
Well, if you're training twice, like you could train resolve once, and that'll get you up to full there, and then you could train something else for your second downtime if you wanted.
Right. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna train up the resolve, and then I don't know where to put that dot, and then I'm gonna put the other ones into playbook advance.
Okay. Cool.
That's actually not bad. Someone in chat kind of brought something up. What if I developed a contact with the black market? Like black market for stolen. Instead of me stealing it, I involve myself with the black market for stolen goods.
The offense.
Yeah. Something like that. So there's a risk of overindulgence, meaning like getting caught, getting the item stolen from another thief or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I like it.
Okay. So yeah, my vice will be the acquisition and trade of black market artistic items.
Yeah, and
maybe for leveling up of tier, that's something you started to dip your nose into. You're like, I need the better shit.
And because it's your vice, it's not like a business venture. It's like a thing you like. This is something you just do. You need to do this too.
Right. I view myself as like the Guardians of the Galaxy guy who has like
the collector guy.
Yeah, he has like different like animals, shit like that all over. Yeah, like he still like buys and trades, but his vice is like he has to keep some of it, that he really enjoys.
That's good.
And how do you train, Ann? I think John.
Yeah. Where do you go to train your resolve? What does Rune do?
I don't know. Let's see.
I mean, there are definitely places in the city that would make sense for that, right? You could there's spirit wells that a Whisper could find where spirits tend to congregate. You could go test your will.
John's just trying to get you arrested again, Douglas.
There is a thing that I want to tell you about, but this is just kind of color. It's just a paint. We can paint a picture of what Rune does.
I was more thinking she locks herself in her dark room and does some kind of weird magic shit that you guys can't see, but there's flashes of light that come from they're underneath the door, and every once in a while you hear her swear because she fucked something up.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing.
Standard.
Kind of mad scientist magic.
Nice. Yeah. Electrical discharges or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. You said that there was something you wanted to tell me about, though. Is that happening now?
Yeah.
Curious.
Well, if you were going outside, it was simple. But how do people get in touch with you guys? Because people don't know where your lair is. So,
telephone.
When they just call you up.
Email. The last word at gmail.com.
Chunky
I could see us having a bar that's kind of a regular place that one of us goes and
you get messages
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
Has there been a bar that's been our kind of?
Well, Martin used to be my vice purveyor. I mean, he's still an old friend or whatever, so we could use his. I forget what the name of it is now, but the leaky bucket, I think.
Leaky bucket.
Oh yeah. That's what we started.
Yeah, that would he would definitely do that. He's still your friend, even though he cut you off. That's a thing he would totally do. Okay, so. Well, if it's okay with you, and for you to, I was gonna say, you get a message from him, and then you go, if it's simpler, we can just say, you go to pick up the messages.
Okay. Yeah, because I know him.
Yeah, and also it's about someone so if Careless goes to do it, then he'd have to come get you, and it'll just be easier if if the scene
cut
is
out the middleman.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the leaky bucket, it's a normal night. It's kind of not too crowded. The regulars are there. You come in to pick up the messages, and Martin, he seems really concerned, and worried, but about something related to you. But he also gives you kind of a hard look, and looks at your eyes for a moment to see if you're high or something. You're not. You didn't. A
rare sober moment for me.
I know. So I think he takes it as a bit of personal victory. It's just a coincidence that you didn't use drugs today, but he's kind of yeah, it's working. My tough love is working. Yeah. So that changes his demeanor a little, but he motions you over and he says, "I don't know what's going on, but Margette, the Foghounds, I know you guys go back, right?
Yeah, what's the matter, darling?
She says she really needs to see you. Something.
Is she all right?
No, she's not all right. She's holed up. I sent her somewhere safe. She can't go back to the lair, to the Foghound's lair. There's trouble. She asked me to reach out to you, but if I were you, I'd stay far away from her. Something bad is going on there.
And she didn't tell you anything else?
No, I heard a rumor that her crew's breaking up. Something happened. She seems like she's in real trouble.
All right. Thank you, Martin.
Steer clear of that. That's my advice. Take care.
I don't really say anything. I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay, but definitely something we should pay attention to. I just take the messages and slip out.
Okay. There's a few Cappy that you see in there, like these kind of coded spider messages and things like, the moon is shrouded, and these like things that must make sense to her, but
yeah,
from a contact or something. You've seen them before. Nothing else of interest.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll just go back to the lair and like it's kind of like you've got mail and I like throw all the mail on the table or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you look at it, Marcus, you see like it's kind of what I said before. Like there's all these messages of like, oh my God, something's going down. There's trouble. This person's missing. We don't know why. Salia, what happened to Grace? Like everyone's in this mode in your network. Everyone's like freaking out.
Right.
And it's sending you messages like, what do you know? What have you heard?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that just solidifies my needing to go visit her sooner than later. I guess I would like say to the crew or, to whoever's like concerned, just like, I'm not too concerned about the noise, but I do need to have a conversation. The person who helps control it, they're key to this. There's specific ways to handle some of this.
What do you mean?
I think, yeah, like Carlos is at the table and like leans in like, I don't know what you said.
Well, in regards to the rumors, the question of who killed her or where'd she go, it's never going to go away. Well, not without action. And I'm concerned that a person of interest for us is a person of interest in maybe the disappearance of Grace, and that's Salia. So it's of utmost importance that I go and at least meet her and clear her of this. And I believe she can help us in sort of shifting the direction of discussion, if you know what I mean. Right now, people are making up their own answers about Grace. We got to put some out there.
This is what you do, Miss Academy. You are the information person. I will trust your instincts on this.
Sure, I don't know much about fucking demons running around or anything like that, but I think I can take care of this part.
Well, what I think Carolus is trying to say is there anything we can do to help you with this?
Perhaps, but I need to talk with her first.
All right.
And you should know also that Martin warned me that Margette and the Foghounds are having a bit of a... Well, it sounds like a mutiny, honestly. I think as a result of Grace being dispatched, there's some information that I was hoping wouldn't come out, which might involve me in a little bit of a way. I don't know if we want to address that, but it might be a good idea to keep the Foghounds on our side. And if the Foghounds don't exist, then...
She's missing, yeah?
Now, Rune, when someone doesn't finish a sentence, I tend to fill it in for myself, and it usually ends in probably kill all of them. So I need you to be very specific on this. When you say we should keep them together, do you mean we need to go make sure they stay together, they all die? Or I'm really confused over here, and it's not a comfortable state for me.
Well, Margaret isn't. She's in hiding currently. She's afraid for her life because of the foghounds who might be mutinying against mutineering. What's the word for that?
I believe it's
mutinying. Well, they're going against her, is all I know, and I don't know if we need to. I don't figure out who's on her side and get rid of the rest of them, or I don't know. Maybe I need to speak to Margaret.
I would love to join you for that conversation, especially since it sounds like you might be in a little bit of danger as well. You might be a part of this. Is that what I'm gathering?
Yes, that is true.
We should get right on top of this. Miss Cataby, do you need Aldo or anyone else to assist you in your little spidery thing, or is this okay with you?
Yeah, I'll have the talk, and then I'll let you know if we need to do anything beyond that.
Fantastic. Aldo, would you like to join us for a little foray into finding the foghounds and may or may not, like, looks over at Rune, maybe killing them all?
Some of them.
Or not. Some. Good. Better than none. Aldo, would you like to?
Well, if you feel like you could do this without me, I would appreciate it. I've got something was bugging me.
Absolutely. Rune and I it is then. Rune, I'm gonna go get my spear and probably my sword, and I'll be right back.
What's the name of the person that you were talking? The Margette.
Margette. Yeah.
And who's that?
She's the leader of the foghounds.
Oh, okay.
She's the one who took us to Lord Zucker's house out in the.
Right. The travel. Right. Sure. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. He gets to the top of the upper floor where his little nook is, and he leans out and says, "Is the spear too audacious?"
I mean, we're just going to talk to her.
You're right. I'm sorry. It'll just be the sword.
I mean, you can walk through town with a huge lance, ghost-killing lance, if you want, but it's a bit.
That's why I was second guessing, man. Probably not the best time to do that right
now. Cool. Well, we're sort of splitting up here, and there's like a thing that's going to happen to all of you. So maybe it'd be fun if we could coordinate, so it's sort of we're cross, as it happens, as if it's happening to all of you in different places,
Okay.
So we see Careless and Rune leave the lair and start making their way to the safe house that Martin described in Crowsfoot, which is just kind of near the bar. You know the place. You've used it before.
Mm-hmm.
Aldo heads out. We don't know where he's going yet. Maybe there's a general direction. Zeke, are you headed somewhere specific?
No. I'm actually staying in the library, and I'm kind of well, I'd like to use my downtime to study the book, study the diary, and also to if I could train something real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I would just want to train some insight.
Yeah, so maybe that's what the first thing we see. We see you are you like actually using the library as you're training?
Yeah. I honestly, I've been thinking about what my vice could be, and was leaning towards and I don't want to take up too much time while I'm thinking about it, but I'm leaning towards because I want to get a point in Tinker, and possibly start becoming trying to get good at that stuff, and the overindulgence could be like an injury while doing it, or it fucking fails when it needs to work or something like that. I might get a little workbench where I start to really try and put stuff together.
Yeah, but if it's your vice, you start to become obsessive about it and compulsive. You have to always do it, and like that's how
Yeah.
you de-stress is by messing with your
Well,
art kind of.
and that's the thing though. I'm not thinking about de-stressing right now because I kind of want to hit a trauma.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I want to see like how that happens. So
yeah. Okay, cool. So I think that's maybe what we see then is that the beginning of that what will become your new vice kind of start to take hold. Maybe you start to, because you have a workshop now in the library, so we see you like starting to mess with that stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe, in the TV show version, we have to communicate it to the audience clearly. So maybe there's a like fairly obvious kind of twinkle in your eye, or the way the camera angle. We see that this isn't just a normal thing you're doing. It's kind of like, oh, you're starting to get drawn in to this.
I just want to tinker on my bench.
Well, no, and I mean, the more I think about it, the more like, I think I'm just gonna become obsessed with something real quick. I'll become obsessed.
Just real quick.
No, and no, the obsession is going to be obvious in a little bit.
Okay.
And that will be my vice.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then also Miss Cataby heading out. You're going to see Salia, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've seen this trip before. We see you, part ways with Careless and Rune. You're kind of heading towards a nicer part of town, and they're heading back towards Crow's Foot and the sort of gang zone of the city. And we see shadowy figures. I mean, there's always shadows in the pitch dark city of Duskwall, but detach themselves from the wall and start to literally shadow you, follow you where you're going. As Careless and Rune cross the bridge into Crow's Foot, there's a third figure that joins, and they descend, or one of them descends up from the canal. And Miss Cataby, we also see a boat, a gondola with a tarp covering over it, sliding past. There's always lots of gondolas in the canals, but this one is ominous in the camera, just hanging back in her blind spot, approaching where you're going to make the turn on the bridge. Are you guys the type of people who look out for ambushes when you go out about in the city?
Well, I mean, I went with Rune to protect her, but also potentially kill people. I'd say we are.
Yeah, I'd say you are.
Especially now is certainly right. We just saw all that news.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's like we're dressed head to toe in black, crawling on our knees type of thing, but it's like a,
Heightened awareness.
alert to whatever alert you would allow us as I think things might happen, but we're not like, I don't know something's going to happen.
Right, but you're kind of generally on the lookout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone who wants to survey the situation as you're traveling can do so.
This will be good. Is this which role is this?
Survey.
Survey, yeah.
Fantastic. I have a zero.
Listen, Reed, if you want to do a group action together, you can, and then take the best result, and then you'll both be covered by the good result, or you can just roll separately and take your chances on your own.
Let's roll separately because I don't think either of us want us to take stress, unless you have a really good survey. Do you?
I have 1 dot.
I have 1 dot.
I've got 0.
What would it be then for roll?
You can push yourself to get a bonus die if you want.
I think it means controlled and all that.
Oh, sorry. Position. It's risky.
Ooh.
I will. It's 2 to push, right?
Yeah.
Since I plan to also relieve stress,
Standard
right?
effects?
Like that's
much.
still a potential downtime actually for me, right?
Yeah. You haven't.
Okay. Then great. I'll
Extra
use.
opportunity.
I don't have any foresights left.
Is it limited, John?
Yeah. Limited. Yep.
I don't.
Or I mean standard. Oh, limited. Yeah, okay, there's.
Risky. Standard.
Take the lowest. I got a solid 1 here.
Nice one. Nice 2. Nailing it. Yeah.
And a 3.
On the ball.
We're
We
going to
don't
get jumped. Great.
So far, y'all getting jumped. Nice. Nicely done. Yeah, so that's what we see. We see the springing.
Oh,
of this,
I'm sorry. Wait, I pushed myself. I should have one more dice, right?
if you have one in survey normally, yeah, you should have added a bonus.
Yes. Okay. Hold on. We get
Okay.
one more. One
Alright.
more. One more try.
Careless and I are still screwed, but
Risky. Standard. 4.
Hey, that's a success.
Hey, that
Partial success, but a success.
take the partial.
Academy turns around, says, "That's weird," and then keeps walking. And bullets.
The partial Academy, you have a split second to act before they do the thing that they're doing. Careless
God.
find out what happens like when they do it, essentially.
Oh my
Okay.
God, what are you saying?
I know.
Ugh.
Oh, you're just getting to the other side of, or it's sort of in the middle of the bridge of Crow's Foot, and below you, this boat is sort of it's like a small or a wide, bargey, like flat-bottomed boat with a tarp. It comes out from under the bridge to your left there, and Rune, you see it, and just for a second, you think like, that looks like the Foghound's boat,
Oh.
because it is their boat. And from under the tarp, there are 2 flashes, bang, bang, and the gunshots go off from underneath. And Careless
They're shooting
behind you, yeah, they're shooting you. From behind you, you hear like a sudden scuffle of a foot as someone like rushes you from like straight behind you. Miss Cataby, you see the gondola. You see a glint of metal under the thing, and then it takes a second for your brain to process that it is the barrel of a gun tracking out from the boat towards you. And you have that like freeze frame moment of like, are they really pointing a gun at me from under there? And, yep, they totally are. But you got a partial success, so they don't completely ambush you, and you're not in a position to like easily evade them right now. But you have a chance to do something, to take some action as they presumably attack you.
Okay.
I would choose to stand your ground, Marcus, but that's just me. I think,
So you're in the Six Towers neighborhood off to the east there. It used to be a super nice neighborhood, but it's kind of fallen into disrepair. Salia has a house there. She has several. There's not a lot of people out on the street. The waterway, there's a couple boats, in the distance. There's a couple people on the sidewalks here going to and fro. But there's not like a huge crowd or anything at the moment. They've chosen a pretty good moment to attack you.
Do I only see the glimmer of the barrel on the boat, or did I also see or know of any additional figures that might be tailing me?
You see, yeah, with you did get a partial. So yeah, you see that there's someone on the boat and there is someone on the canal side with you. In the sort of TV show, we saw like there were multiple people flitting in and out of the shadows. But the one that you see is they're trying to approach you pretty much like Careless, like as a follow-up. They're going to be in your blind spot to wrestle you to the ground after the shot or attack you or do something like that.
And is there any place for me to take cover?
Yeah. There are like along the canal here, there are these old-fashioned like big stone boat ties where you would like tie a rope, like you could barely get your arms around it, like a big stone thing. A lot of them have crumbled and fallen into the canal, but there are still a few around. And there's also like steps that go down to the water level. So if you run forward, you could like duck down. There's a wall and the steps go down behind the wall to where the water is.
That's what I would.
You can get behind the stone thing, or you can like run for the stairs and get down there instead. That'll put you farther away from the guy, but closer to the water. Or if you stay where you are, you'll be farther from the boat, but the guy near you is, gonna close in.
Okay. I'm going to take cover from the gun on the boat.
Okay. So rush
behind the stone thing.
Behind the stone thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, let's do your follow-up roll then, and then we'll resolve all the attacks on the 3 of you. So sounds like you're prowling to me.
Can I actually just take cover and say something while I take cover?
You can always say stuff.
always roll.
I mean, like yell. I wish to yell
Sure.
And so I don't think it's I don't even know that it's a prowl, right? Maybe yeah, sure.
If you want to get behind cover before they shoot you, it's prowl. But
Okay.
you can do something else in addition to that.
I'm gonna prowl, but it's also sort of my intention to get the person's attention in some way.
The attacker that's here with you.
Yeah, that's closest to me.
What kind of effect what do you want to have on them?
I mean, really, it's just like I know you're there, and I don't like your posture.
Do you want to confuse them or intimidate them or
No, John, that's just the effect it's having on us. I think.
like when you say this to the shadowy figure, what are you hoping that they'll do?
From a strategical perspective, I hope that it buys me time.
So they'll like not rush you.
Right.
They'll
Correct.
There, I gotcha.
Correct.
Okay. Let's start with your physical action here of throwing yourself down behind the stone
Okay.
boat tie. It's prowl. It's risky. Again, the risk is being shot, obviously. And the effect is standard. You will have cover if you succeed, but you won't really get much out of it. And you can push yourself if you want.
Are we technically on a new score, John?
No.
What?
Actually,
Okay.
Downtime isn't over yet.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay, then I'm just gonna roll.
No pushing.
Oh wait. Let me hear the devil's bargain first.
Yeah, there's probably a good devil's bargain here.
You don't die.
I think you can get a bonus die if you like hurl yourself down instead of like crouching and running, so you're on your feet and you're like ready to move. If you just like toss yourself into the dirt and against the thing, so you're not in a good position to fight really, or you're not in a good position to run, but you're like less exposed to the fire. That's a decent devil's bargain. That would give you a bonus die to dodge here, but it'll obviously if this guy does rush you, you're going to be in a bad position to deal with him. Take it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right. Miss Cataby throws herself down. Dodge those bullets. Believe in the Matrix. Hey, that's a success.
Man.
Well, you have 2 in prowl normally? Wow. That's pretty
What?
good.
No. Why did it roll? I
What are you
don't.
doing, Wheat?
Why are you rolling 3 dice? Why are you cheating?
All I did was click devil's bargain thing, right?
Well, if you only have 2 dice, a 2 and a 3 is.
I only have. Yeah, I don't know why that
That's a
happened.
cheat before. That's fine. The drop down was probably not in the right place or something. But that means you throw yourself down, and you take a bullet. All 3 of you take bullets. Is what's happening right now. Damn. Yeah. So that is level 2 harm, gunshot wound.
We don't get to resist or anything.
You can resist. Yes. Yep. You always have the option to resist.
Armor play into this as well?
Yeah. If I think you're all light load right now. But if you want to say that one of your 3 things is armor, then
Well,
you
at least Ruben and I were heading off to go potentially deal with something like this. So
We're
That's
light
true.
load, but we also have the bonus.
yeah, with Assassin's thing, you basically always have free weapons on you, even when you're light. Yeah.
I mean, I'm actually to spec right now. I'm not carrying anything above my weight class.
Yeah. If so, just decide. I think it's fine, Jeff, if you want to be medium. That's fine. It wouldn't be super weird for you to be medium load.
Okay.
Doing what
I think I'm not even trying to game it. I just think we're heading off.
No, I
Harold's-
hear, yeah.
He's gonna kill a bunch of people, so I think that is pretty
Totally. Yeah.
on point.
So take your armor. That'll knock it down to a level 1 wound.
And then resist.
And then if you want to resist and take it to nothing, you can do that as well. Yep.
Well, hell yeah, man. I haven't resisted in a while. We haven't fought in a little while. What roll is that again? Sorry.
You click the attribute name. In this case, it's prowess because you're like, it's a physical thing, and it'll resolve it for you.
No bonus.
There-
Jesus.
Shit.
Well.
Holy
Jesus
crap.
Christ. Careless Firm. Once again.
Can I fucking describe this 666 for you, please?
You can. And when you crit on a resistance roll, you clear a point of stress.
Oh, down to 4. I can't do it, so let's just all in our minds just imagine a 4.
I think that's for you.
So I am caught off guard, but I think as the guys rush me and the shots go off, this is where you get to see a little bit of, because you'll notice I have 3 playbook things. They're all geared towards basically trying to be kind of a god of war, basically. I think I rip my sword out from kind of like it's beneath my. It's a jacket, I guess, like a duster or whatever.
Yeah.
But he rips it out and actually like deflects the fucking bullet just right off, and then turns around and faces the guy.
Nice.
You actually like sparks fly.
I think in order to do that, you have to roll 3 6s.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Pretty sure you have to. Maybe it just
Not
takes
even, yeah.
surprise too. It's like, holy shit. What did I just do?
Yeah, he like
So-
in one action, he deflects the bullet, turns and faces the guy.
Sweet.
Am I supposed to be doing this as well? Because they
So,
shot
yeah.
at both of us, right?
Your choice is you can take level 2 harm, gunshot wound.
Or I can
And
resist
it's
with
level
prowess.
1 if we have armor.
You can resist with prowess. If you decide you're wearing armor and take off your armor box, then it'll absorb 1 level of harm down to level 1 harm. And then you can resist that if you want. Or you can take level 1 harm.
And the way
Okay.
resist works is basically it will roll and I take stress minus
Take
or
stress
6.
instead of harm, basically. Yeah.
What does it mean for clicking off the armor box? It's just I just click it and that's it. And
Yeah. It's like used up. Your armor like gets damaged by the bullet, but instead of you.
Oh, okay. So I'd have to buy like new armor.
You'll get it back after, next session you'll get it back.
Okay, cool. So
Level
I'll do
1
that.
harm is the one that's easy to sort of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
level 1 harm is easy to heal. It reduces your effect, but it doesn't like take any dice away or anything.
All right. Well, I can't risk it, so I'm gonna. And
Okay.
how does your number of dice and prowess? How is that determined?
The number
number-
of dots you have in the first column.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So
I
got
don't
a
want to
6
roll a
again
1.
on her. I think you've rolled 6s on your resistance rolls every time, and
I think so too. Yeah, I get really lucky. I 2 1s and a 6. So minus the highest die result. So is that just how much stress do I take from that?
you take 0 stress.
0 stress. Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. So and did you also use your armor? So you don't take any harm from that.
I don't take any harm at all.
If you use your armor and you resisted, nope, you take 0.
Sweet.
Yeah, Careless and Rune both. So how do you do that? Careless does like a cool sword move, and somehow you like also.
Can you do like a double sword move where he blocked both bullets?
Sure, I accept the badassery.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just like because they fired like slightly one after the other, so it was just like tink tink, and then we both are just like I didn't pay attention to what was going on, and he like spun around and did some like cool sword shit, and I'm just like I am like kind of lost as to what's happening. Like what? Like I just heard noises, and he's like looks really pissed off with his sword like drawn in the middle of the street.
There's a guy running at him, and guys reloading down on a boat. They're
Yeah.
like God, fuck. One of them yells like, "We know what you did to Piter. We know." And you hear them racking their guns.
I'm just like, yeah, these might be the foghounds I warned you about.
Rune, this is going to be fun. I think we could use myth though on the gentleman on the boat.
I was thinking the same thing myself, and I like kind of my hand goes out, and myth like appears like underneath my hand.
Nice.
Are we in like full combat? Can I like send him after the dude?
Yeah, you guys can fight. What did you decide to do?
I'm gonna use up the armor, but take the level 1 harm.
Okay, so you have like a graze. Let's call it that, like a bloody graze.
Yeah.
Is your level 1 harm? I think it hits the stone thing, and you take a piece of shrapnel. It,
Shrapnel.
like hits you across the across the face. So you've got this like some blood is trickling down the side of your face, and but it's not a direct wound.
Okay.
And then you try to stop this guy in his tracks by being like lady hawking him, and like,
Yeah.
load your crossbow. You basically are saying that I know you're there. Like, you don't have the drop on me, kind of thing.
Yeah, I know you're there, and I'm like trying to find out your intention.
So you're trying to sway him to like believe that you're in a stronger position than you really are. Is that fair?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah,
Exactly.
you can really try that. I think it's desperate given your actual situation.
Okay, I will.
damn.
I have not had a desperate roll in like 5 episodes, so I will take that.
Nice.
I will take
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, like you
XP.
see him in the shadows there. He's got a weapon, probably a blade of some kind, glinting in the street light. And he's ready to charge in. But you're like, you're just gonna go for it.
Mhm.
And I think it's a limited effect. It's like he's not gonna give up, right? He's not gonna be like, "Ooh, good point. I should leave." But maybe he'll hesitate.
Okay. All right. Dice gods, you haven't been very good to me this evening, so let's Oh my fucking god.
No. Oh, Miss Cataby, you're not having a good night. Oh man.
It's at times like these where you're like, can you not laugh?
Dude,
You guys,
Not laughing.
listen. I
Wait.
role played this weekend, and I had amazing rolls. And like while I was happy, inside I was thinking, I was like, dude, there's a lot of tabletop luck that is being dished out here, and I'm a little yeah.
Yeah.
guys, I'm sorry to interrupt this, but right now, I've ascended. Chrissy Teigen just followed me on Twitter, so I got it. That's it.
Who?
How?
Who? Marcus?
How
It's
did you?
John Legend's wife, bro.
Oh, right.
Damn it, Anne. You as well.
I don't-
Anyways,
Bad at names. I said that earlier.
she has
I don't
bulldogs.
want to compete
She's
with
on the
you,
cover
but I
of
have
Sports
to say,
Illustrated,
now that you brought it
supermodel.
up,
Congratulations.
I am
Thank
being
you.
followed by the producer of Sharknado, so I'm pretty
Nice.
sure.
You win.
Pretty sure we're on the same level. I don't want to compete. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah, go ahead. So,
So
Marcus, like,
Marcus-
how many turns till he dies? Like, he's bleeding out, obviously, but what's the?
Yeah. So I think what happens is you say this into the shadows like confidently. You trying to stop this guy from charging you. And when you kind of peer around to see the effect it's having on him, you don't see him right away. Like that camera shot we saw before, like we don't see the shadowy figure, and then we see this flash of movement. He's like darted away to the other side of the street and then around to come at you from the opposite side. And he's on top of you, just stabbing away because it's desperate, right? So I think you're prone. He stabs away in this flurry, and it's striking off the stone, and Miss Cataby's trying to defend herself and bluff her way out of the situation. But he manages, you sort of like get up on your butt, like pressed up against the stone to your back. He swats your hands away, and he just gives that one horrible stab, the thing that in the movie where we know, like, oh no, that was a bad one,
Uh-oh.
And at the same time behind you, the boat has kept moving, and so we see it coming out around on the other side of the cover. They don't have a shot on you yet, but we see the guys like reloading their rifles. They've thrown the tarp off, and you're gonna take level 3 harm here from the stab wound. You can resist that, of course, as always.
Choose to try to resist that.
You can knock it down to level 2.
John always phrases you can shoot. Like, there's no reason not to resist, right?
If you have the stress to spend, go for it, right? If you don't,
You haven't indulged yet.
Do I always resist with prowess?
in this case, it's prowess. Yeah. Physical harm is always prowess.
I mean, I
If-
have to try.
If you have
Yeah.
the space in your loadout, you could also have another armor box, but that second armor box is 2 more load. It's actually worse in the new game, but we'll use the old version.
Yeah, because I have basically a pistol and then I have a large weapon, and I'm probably not carrying around a rifle.
Yeah.
So
that would take up all of your assassins, like extra assassin space. So if you had armor and heavy armor, that would
okay. Well, that would make more sense than fucking walking around with a rifle. But
you wouldn't have anything else on you if you choose that.
What? I wouldn't have why wouldn't I have my other boxes?
Well, you'd have
boxes.
If you're light, that's 3. That's 3. Armor and heavy armor is 3.
Right, but we have that crew bonus.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The other 2 would be your whatever your weapons are.
Right. Okay, I got you. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
So I have pistols. I have my documents as I always have, and then I have everything else is armor.
Exactly. Yes.
Except for my italics.
Right. Yeah, we could find out that the foresight Miss Cataby, who's always prepared for bad stuff, is like, I'm wearing a breastplate, motherfucker.
But that would just bring it down to a level 2 harm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you resist.
Okay. Fuck.
It's bad. They're going at you.
It
Okay,
doesn't
hold
roll
on.
for it, so just fucking roll for it, mate.
Oh, you know what? Actually, considering the traumas that I see here, I'm just gonna fucking make this roll, man. Because I could see a trauma that would actually make sense if this plays out the way that it should not. And why is this not going away? Go away. Cancel. Okay, here we go.
So you're resisting the level 3 harm first, and then
No,
and then
my armor first, right?
Okay.
I believe in you.
Or
no, it's
does
fine.
resist all damage or one level of damage?
It's variable in the situation. In this case, it's 1 level of damage.
Okay, so I'm just gonna fucking roll it.
Go for it, man.
Big money.
I want to watch.
Speaking of trauma.
Sorry, Marcus.
Oh my god.
But he resisted. That's notwithstanding. You automatically resist. It's
You
just
automatically
you take stress.
He takes 5 stress.
Okay.
Ooh. What are you at?
I'm at +2.
Oh, so you have your first little foray into trauma.
Yep.
Trauma time. Well, there's good news and bad news.
How do you feel about being a tripod?
Take a level of trauma. The stress doesn't roll over. All the additional just disappears like it didn't happen. You get dropped out of the current conflict, and you can choose. Generally speaking, you're like left for dead. Like this guy thinks he just killed you.
Right.
He stabs you through the chest. We see that it's this apparently horrible wound, but you actually resist it by being just a tough person and slump sideways and appear to like bleed to death or something. And they think they've gotten you and they leave you for dead. So that's good. They don't just keep stabbing you and or kidnap you or something.
Okay. So I have my first box, and then we have like the 8 things, right?
Yep. You choose a new condition. When your character comes out of this.
Yeah.
And also what happens.
This is perfect, but I need to understand what each of these actually mean.
Gotcha.
Do they have like specific?
They're basically what they mean, but there's a thing in here where they're described, so I can kind of tell you the.
Well, I you know what? I don't want to know. I'm just going to tell you how this is going to play when she wakes up. So, Cataby's been pretty, kind of like info. You kill.
Mm-hmm.
This unleashes like a vicious, fucking vat of like hatred and rage from within. And I'm going to go with vicious, as in like, this is the worst thing that has ever happened. There's no debt. I would never let it happen again. and that if I have to be the first one to pull a gun to ensure that happens, then that's going to be the case. So I think that there is that is certainly a trauma, and this is going to be a major change for this.
I love
this character.
Never again.
Yeah. Do they think she's dead then? Because she just gets nailed.
Yeah, that's what we see on screen. Like this guy stabs like a apparently fatal wound to Miss Cataby. She slumps down like completely, motionless. Blood pools darkly on the street there. The guy kind of looks around, and there's a few people around on the streets,
Yeah.
And he doesn't wait to hear the bell ring. He just gets out of there. He runs, jumps onto the boat, and they power off down the canal to get out of there. And then probably a little while later, they realize oh shit, she didn't die. We didn't hear the bells. Fuck. But by then it's too late. So that's one way to escape an ambush there, Miss Cataby.
Does that mean is it totally possible that Sally is the one who actually
are you asking
rescues me?
Oh,
what?
rescues.
She knew that you were supposed to meet her and is now concerned because you didn't show up.
Yeah, you could wake up at her place. That would make sense.
Oh.
Let's see what happens to Rune and Careless though. Or at least the next.
I feel like the other side of the coin.
Hold on, can we give this?
I've got Neo with
chatter
me. So.
Friendship wizard. He types, "The crew deals with the death of Miss Cataby. Next episode, Cataby talks to the crew."
Yeah.
Well
No
done.
spoilers.
Well done.
Bravo. Yeah, so I think the scene on the bridge there, this guy is charging you, but obviously you haven't turned the tables exactly, but clearly this is not how they wanted things to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Didn't realize they were attacking a ninja.
No, we're not prepared for this. But he's completing his action. You recognize him. He's one of the foghounds that went out to Suker's place with you. They're not wearing all their heavy gear and everything, so it looks a little different. He's a grizzled veteran of Deathlands smuggling. He's scarred up, and his
So there's just
all weathered. Yeah, sorry.
there's just the one on the bridge, and then there's one on the boat.
Two on the boat that are
They're
floating, and then they're gonna open fire again.
Okay.
But now we're not being this is the end of the ambush, so after this we'll have more say and stuff.
Basically, yeah. He has a heavy, a big, Bowie knife, big heavy blade. Okay. He has a meat hook in the other hand, like a bailing hook. And he comes in and swipes with the hook, and you see what he's doing. He tries to swipe towards your face to draw your attention, and then he's gonna come in and gut upwards with the knife. What do you do?
Does he have to roll for this, or is this just because
you're
the ambush?
Fighting him, so you're skirmishing him, I think, right?
Okay, cool. Yeah, then I just.
Oh yeah, the one I have 4 dots in.
The thing I'm the best at, yeah, that one.
I'm gonna. It is a skirmish, obviously, but I'm gonna let the dice. I like to. Well, so is this desperate then?
We were ambushed unexpectedly and shot at.
Good point, Anne.
I'm learning from Joe.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, cool. Effect? I guess mine. Oh, I have brutal, so all mine are great effect, right?
You will be great effect, yes.
I'm not gonna push myself. I've got a 4 in this, so it's 4 dice. So
yeah, when you have 4, you can get away with not pushing yourself anymore. Really.
Unless I'm rolling. Sure.
Okay, so he. Well, so what effect does this have on him, essentially, John? How much more do I have to do to drop him?
Let's see. You're doing great.
Your attacks are more powerful. You hit as if wielding a heavier weapon. You gain +1 effect when you harm physical targets.
So you're using your sword.
Yep.
You're trying to kill him.
Oh yeah.
You don't want to maneuver at all. You want to hold your ground.
I want the man dead. Yeah.
I would say with great effect, if you wanted to, you could harm this guy and position yourself up against the bridge abutment so that you have cover from the rifles, or you could just fight this dude and just kill him and stand your ground. Great effect could cover either of those.
I think with great effect, then I am going to kill him and then start making my way towards the other guys, but understanding that I don't have as much cover.
Gotcha.
So yeah, he swipes at my face and he's like lining up to go for the stomach gouge or whatever, but I kind of deflect the face swat and then just flick across his throat and then move. I like walk past him like a bad airport person, just kind of like brush him aside, push away, and I just start walking towards the boat people.
And he like passes you, staggering, like
Yeah.
throat cut, and passes Rune. We see Myth under your hand there, like up, crouched and snarling, ready to act. As this guy's clearly just dead on his feet. He takes the last few steps, staggers down.
Rune looks really grossed out. He's like bleeding everywhere. It's like, so can I send Myth after the two on the boat?
Yeah, you want to like have him jump down onto the boat.
Yeah.
Totally.
Can I do that and take cover so that I don't get shot the next turn?
Yes, you can. No one's in your way for that, so that's like a free action. Basically, you can just run over and like if you get closer, like the boat's down here. If you get
underneath.
Closer, yeah.
Okay, cool. So what is Myth roll now that we're a tier up? You said that he's like a. Does he roll more dice now or?
Rolls. It's tier
46
for experts, so he is 2 dice, and then with Careless. Commanding, it's 3 dice when Careless is there.
He was 3d6 before though, so that doesn't change.
What? Really?
Yeah. Myth was 3d6 before.
Ooh, weird.
I'm pretty sure.
He should be an expert cohort, which is tier +1 for your base die.
They gain puts in 1 arm.
Were we giving him 2 base dice before for some reason? He should have had.
I don't know. We can just say now that it's 3d6 for some. I just thought I remembered it being 3d6. So. Yeah, it was 2 + 1 with Careless.
Weird. I don't know why that would have been.
I won't be like mad if you're like, well, it's 3d6 now. That's fine. That's okay. We'll just know going forward.
Yeah, sorry. Like a gang is equal to your tier by default. An expert is equal to your tier +1.
Yeah.
And then Careless gives him a bonus die. So
yeah, I remember when he killed that like group of like 20 people by himself. That was why, because we were rolling 3d6. Okay, we'll just say it's now past the upgrade. It's 3d6, and then when we upgrade again, like if our tier goes to tier 2. Then he'll be 46. Is that how that works?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'll roll
sorry,
R 3d6.
We were doing that before. It was just a mistake.
That's okay. Yeah, now we know. It's a 5.
All right. We're due for a break, so on that bombshell,
powering towards the guys.
Biff jumps off the bridge down, and when we come back, we'll find out what he does to them. We'll see you guys in just a minute.
Sweet.
Nice.